Know where you are headed, because if you don't have direction, you're not going anywhere. You guys are waking up doing the same thing every morning and you're not pushing yourself. You are on a road to where you know you want to be a better person, but your days are blurring together. So it's important to come back to the basics and do that identity work so we can know where we are headed, because boss women have vision for yourselves. If you want to be a boss, that's the cost, is you have to make sure that you're constantly pouring into yourself. You are constantly building up your identity, because whenever your identity is built up, that skyrockets your self-concept. Today, we are going to be talking about not only how to embody your highest self, but also how to become your own dream woman. And I know you guys are probably wondering, okay, what makes Miss Girl, Miss Treasure qualified? Let me tell you. In the past year, I have attracted dream opportunities, dream brands. I have built a business from the ground up, serving hundreds of women. I have attracted a new caliber of men in my life. And it all stems from the fact that I spent a full year truly pouring into myself and creating actionable change in my life instead of talking about it. So I'm gonna be sharing the tips, the strategy, the game plan, all of the above in order for you to become your own dream woman. Let's get into it. If you are new here, my name is Treasure. I am a holistic-based online fitness coach. I love talking about all things inner work, fitness, health, and wellness, and overall becoming your own dream woman. So if you're interested in that sort of content, would love for you to subscribe. Now let's talk about the 30-day game plan that I want you to start implementing today. First, which I know you guys are gonna think is very woo-woo, but just bear with me, just trust me. Identity work. We are starting from the ground up, pen and paper, iPad, stylus, whatever you need to do, whip a note-taking device out so we can go through this together. Whenever I say identity, I'm talking about not necessarily just how she looks. How does she walk? How does she feel each day she wakes up? What routines and what rituals does she have? How does she interact with her family? How does she interact with her husband? Those are questions that I want you to ask yourself. Of course, those were very specific, but I'm just going to break it down into the top 3. And I want you to trust yourself. As you are journaling, because I'm a journaling girly, I want you to pour out, and I don't want you to be so restricted in what you are saying, because it should be something that your heart truly wants. Whenever we get in the habit of we're thinking about it and we're like, no, that's too much. Oh my God, that's too much money. I can't make that money. Don't think about that. Just let it flow. I don't care how unrealistic it is. The more delusional, the better, actually. What does she look like? It's that simple. Is she fit? Does she go to the gym? Personally, for me, that's a big one, because whenever I look good, I feel good. And whenever I feel good, I do good things in this world, right? How does she style her hair? Does she wear her natural hair? How does she take care of her skin? What does she dress like? Those are things that I want you to think about. And it's not to say that you're going to change your whole look and have like this $1 million makeover. That's not the point of this. It is truly envisioning and understanding what you want so we can start bridging that gap. The second is, what does she like to do, right? Does she go horseback riding? Does she like to read dark romance books? I mean, that's one I personally like. I picked that. That's my newest habit recently. So if there's any book talk girlies, like, please let me know, because that is like a whole world that I've been loving. Anyway, what does she like doing? Does she go to Pilates, right? Does she go to networking events? Does she go co-work at coffee shops instead of working at home all the time? What does she like to do in her free time? I don't care if you've never picked up a golf club before. If your heart and soul says that she likes to golf, then guess what? She likes to golf, so write it down. Nobody talks about this one enough for me. How does she make others feel? Whenever you walk into the room, right? How do people feel being in your presence without even talking to you? Do people feel like they can approach you? Do people feel like, oh my gosh, like that is one bad mamma jamma, like let me not step to her? Like, how do people feel whenever you walk into the room? How do people feel whenever you talk to them? For example, one thing that is really big for me is whenever people talk to me, I want them to feel empowered. I don't care if you are man, woman, young, or old. I want you to leave our conversation feeling like you could take over the world, feeling like all your dreams are possible. I want to leave an imprint of being an inspiration and inspiring others. So that's personally what my energetic footprint I like to leave behind. So figure out, what do you want to bring to this world? Because I truly believe that God put us on this earth to serve. And if you are constantly being self-absorbed and not serving, then guess what? Your dreams are not going to come into fruition. Once you get done with those 3 prompts, you're probably wondering, Treasure, why am I writing this down? Because it's going to help us with the second and the third step. If you have a goal and you were saying, okay, and I always use the example, I want to lose 50 pounds this year, right? That's an overarching goal. We're just brain dumping that goal. However, if we do not know like the sub steps it takes to get to that goal, then the overarching goal is going to be meaningless. So whenever you're doing identity work, you are opening up your mind to new endless possibilities and how to bridge yourself to your future self. So it's important for you to just know where you are headed, because if you don't have direction, you're not going anywhere. And I feel like some of you ladies are in a place in life, and this is just this feeling that I'm getting in my heart. I have this feeling that you guys are waking up doing the same thing every morning. You are in a zombie-like condition and you're not pushing yourself. You are on a road to where you know you want to be a better person, but your days are blurring together. So it's important to come back to the basics and do that identity work so we can know where we are headed, because boss women have vision for yourselves. If you want to be a boss, that's the cost, is you have to make sure that you're constantly pouring into yourself. You are constantly building up your identity, because whenever your identity is built up, that skyrockets your self-concept. I work with so many women on their fitness journeys, and I always find that the women that do the best are always going to be the women with the highest self-concept. The women that have a strong why, that understands that all the habits that they do in their life is for a particular reason so they can be their best selves. That's why you should not sleep on identity work, because that is the fundamental to embodying your highest, most gorgeous, most beautiful higher self. Let's talk rituals. So I am really big on rituals. If you know me, it just really, really allows me to have a sense of control in my life. And it also helps me stay on track in order to achieve my goals. So it's important that you have rituals. I have rituals throughout my 24-hour days. For right now, let's just focus on a morning and an evening routine. If you do not have an intentional morning and evening routine, you are not setting yourself up to being a boss woman. If you are waking up in the morning and your alarm goes off and you lay there and you are stressing about your day, you're thinking about your to-do list, and you just hop out of bed and you log into your work computer, that's not good. You're triggering your nervous system, and your body is not going to be able to think of creative ideas. Your body isn't going to be able to fully process your divine feminine energy and your ability to create whenever you're constantly in panic mode. You're not going to be able to truly show up in your fitness journey if you're constantly anxious all the time, because your body's in fight or flight. So having morning routine is really important. I want you to think about how much time do you have in the morning, and then I want you to go back from there. Personally, for me, with my life structure right now, I currently have roughly about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes for intentional just treasure time. There is no productivity. I call it my goddess morning ritual. I like to put a cute name because it just makes you feel better, and I am serious about it. Guys, on my Google Calendar, I literally have goddess ritual. Like I have it blocked out so nobody can put meetings over it. So in the morning, I wake up, I meditate, I pray, and I do affirmations, and I just sit there with myself. I make a holistic drink. So I make my tea with apple cider vinegar, lemon, ginger, all of that fun stuff. I greet my dog. I take my dog out. I touch grass, literally, get sunlight, and then I start taking my supplements and I do my makeup. This is a big game changer, a big tip for you guys. Sit and do your makeup. I don't care if you are a mascara girly. I don't care if you don't even wear makeup and you just want to do skincare. Just sit with yourself in the mirror, and I want you to just enjoy pouring time into yourself. It could be your makeup, it could be your hair, it could be your skin, it could be anything. I do that for at least 20 minutes. I do an everyday makeup routine I'm really fast at, and I get myself put together. It doesn't matter if I'm laying around all day. Whenever you look good, you feel good, and stay ready, because baddies need to stay ready. So you gotta, make sure that you're putting your best foot forward. That morning routine allows me to calm down my nervous system because I am an anxious girly. It allows me to spend time with God. It allows me to open up windows to divine downloads and creativity. Some of the best ideas that I've gotten in my business and content have literally been from me just laying down and I'm like, and I come alive and I'm like, oh my God, this will be a great video idea. Don't underestimate your ability to pour into yourself. I don't care if you're a busy mommy. I have plenty of busy mommies in the program. I know how it is. However, even if it's just 10 minutes, you're going to start off with 10 minutes this week of, let me try to wake up before the babies. That's not going to feel good. However, let me make sure that I brush my teeth and I do skincare and I just listen to affirmations. Boom, that's it. The second ritual will be evening rituals. For example, for me, I'm a Gen Zer, so I am glued to my phone. However, you have got to make sure that you are understanding that what you are doing, habits that you are doing are actually in return hurting you. I have no screen time pretty much after 8:30. If I do have screen time, it's like ASMR or something on YouTube. In the evening time, I like to light incense, I like to light candles, and I like to sit with myself. I like to sit with God. I like to pray. I like to write down intentions for myself because I like to be on top of everything. I plan out my day the night before and I treat it as a moment of being with my inner self and having that become full circle. Because in the morning, I'm with myself, talking to a bunch of people throughout the day. And at the end, I can land with myself and land within my body. I also do breath work for nervous system regulation. I do womb massages. That's something that I like to do. I like to bless my body. So create an evening ritual as well. The third ritual will be a movement ritual. We have mind, we have spirit. Last will be body. Create a movement ritual. For example, for me, I move my body every single day. I have been on my fitness journey going on 8 years. I have lost 50 pounds twice. When I tell you this year, I finally got to my body goal because I'm on a routine that is sustainable, and you need to find that for you. I actually do this with ladies in my one-on-one program. We walk together side by side and we figure out the best plan for them and where they are at in life so they can get sustainable results. So let's do a quick high-level overview here. Okay. Do you have a gym membership? Are you able to utilize equipment that you have at home, like bands, kettlebell, whatever? Figure out what your lifestyle is, because what's going to work for her is not going to work for you, babe. Find what works for you. So where are we going to work out, right? Once you're done with that, create a quota for yourself. If you're brand spanking new to working out, and I tell my ladies this, don't work out 6 days a week. You're not going to do it. You're going to fall off. I want you to commit yourself to 2 to 3 days of intentional working out. Find one on YouTube. Do what you need to do in order to get your body moving. And then secondly, create a movement goal for yourself. Personally, for me, I lift 4 days a week. I'm on a 4-day split. I like to walk. I walk pretty much every day. Every day I'm getting at least 10K steps, even on the weekends. I stretch. That's part of my night routine. I like to put on meditation music, spa music, affirmations. I light my candles and I just sit and I stretch my hips. Women store so much trauma within their hips. When I tell you, if I haven't stretched my hips out in a long time, I get so emotional. You can look this up and you could try it for yourself. I get so emotional because of all the built up trauma that I have in my hips that I am finally releasing. If you guys want a video on that, let me know. I can take you guys through my stretch routine. So make sure that you have a fitness routine. Whenever you are fit, whenever you are strong, whenever you are confident, whenever you are able to go outside without sucking in your stomach, without feeling self-conscious, you are going to be showing up as a higher identity on that alone. So don't downplay your fitness routine and don't feel like your fitness routine is too small. Even walking 30 minutes a day will make the cut. Do what you need to do and make sure that you create that routine for yourself. Lastly, we are committing to ourselves. I know that even I have in the past got caught up in watching YouTube videos such as this one and being like, yeah, and then you do nothing. No, that's why at the end of most of my videos like this, I create actionable steps for you guys to act right now, today. Don't act tomorrow. If you don't act today, you never will. I want you to think about that list that you did, and I want you to take the next few days processing. I want you to spend the next couple days going on Pinterest and being like, okay, I want to be a wellness entrepreneur creative. Type that into Pinterest and start seeing those images, because it starts to be normalized in your subconscious brain that is possible for you. I want you to start putting yourself in that frequency, start putting yourself in those rooms, whatever you got to do, put yourself in it, finding those character traits in online influencers, creators, public figures, things like that. The second step to committing to yourself is going to be setting goals, right? The goals, don't say, oh, I am going to lose 20 pounds. Ooh, I despise goals that are like that are like success-driven goals. I want you to set habit goals for yourself, actionable goals that is well within your control right now. For example, it takes about 60 days to build one habit, right? So whenever we are on this journey to our highest self, it's not going to be, oh, within 2 days, you're going to be a totally different person. Not necessarily. There's still some work that we need to do. The next 30 days, I want you to focus on 3 habits that you are implementing today. 3 habits. My first habit that I have been implementing for the past couple months is reading. I used to be one of the girlies that every second of the day I'm consuming self-help. I was super crazy. Even content pieces like this, I eat them up, girl. I be eating them up. However, I noticed that it caused me to be so hyper fixated on every little negative thing about myself. And I say negative because really it's my shadow side, like things that I didn't like about myself. And I started to lose that spark. I started to lose my creativity. So guess what? Your girl started reading dark romance, like erotica novels, in order to bring back that passion, in order to bring back that misfit spirit, in order to bring back like that spirit to, I don't know, to just indulge in pleasure in play. It's impacted my dating life in terms of I'm just more playful, I'm more happy, I'm more magnetic. My business, I just get more ideas and I'm more creative. The second habit is not relying on the gym all the time. With not relying on the gym, it doesn't mean that the gym is bad. I love the gym, I love weightlifting. However, it's important to start to incorporate other things. Like I do belly dancing. I like going to classes. Like I was just at a Pilates class. I like to go for walks. I like to do things that are general movement instead of feeling like I have to be at the gym every single second of the day. I want to bring back that play within my split. So gym 4 days a week, and then the other days I am dancing around and having fun. Last habit that I have is doing meditation. And this has been a long road of trial and error. I have been meditating for a while now. However, I've gotten to a point in the past, I would say 6 months, where I'm doing it every single day. Even whenever I had the worst day ever and everything is just going wrong, I force myself to sit in my own thoughts and do nothing about it. It causes me to start to get divine downloads for answers to problems that I'm having out of thin air. And I truly, truly want that to be the case for you. So start sitting with yourself. We're in this online phase in our culture where everything is so instant and everything is super overstimulating, and you don't realize that you are literally messing up your nervous system. So please take some time with yourself, look back at your identity work, the first part of this video, and find 3 habits that are going to influence things in your identity work. And it can be anything, the physical, the rituals, the morning routines, anything. I want you to create those habits for yourself. It's going to be uncomfortable to start off, but I promise you, you're going to get in the habit and you'll start really feeling like her. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I truly had so much fun chatting about all things inner work, health, fitness, and mindset. Please, if you do not have an accountability buddy in your real life, I'll be your accountability buddy. Let me know in the comments what are the habits that you're gonna be doing that are not success-driven, but more so habit-driven, action-driven, that you're gonna be working on for the next 30 and 60 days. And there is a lot more videos like this coming, so make sure that you stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye.